All right, random video. I didn't see anything on YouTube, so I'm just gonna try to help out real quick. So we got a 2020 Winnebago 2306 bunkhouse. We just bought it a couple days ago, and I didn't like that there wasn't a fan up here. This is how it came. No fan whatsoever, just a screen right over the bed. So we figured we like to boondock a lot. We want to get some airflow going. I just installed. See, that's what was there. I just installed this fan here in the back. We went from this size to this one, and this thing is amazing. So right now, oh, I forgot. I turned all the 12 volt off. But anyways, this thing, it blows and sucks. 3 speeds, super strong, very powerful. And you can hear it. It's not super quiet, but I don't mind it. It's not too bad. But this one already had a fan, so we just pulled this off, found 12 volt right here, plugged it in, no problem. This one does not have 12 volt. So what I'm gonna do, this light, I pulled down this light, so we've got this light like this, and all you do, big tip, don't pry it. Do not pry it. All you gotta do is twist them. Just like that. So twist it off. The kids are acting up. Anyways, twist it off, pull it down, take off those screws. Do not try to pry it. Obviously, you're gonna break it. So now I found these wires in here. I kind of fished these 2 nuts out. Those nuts are kind of hard to get out of this hole. So I had to use some pliers to get the nuts out, so I had enough wire to work with. So there's my 12 volt. So right now my plan is I'm going to drill a hole here, try to sneak a wire into it, and that way I'll have 12 volt for this front fan. So let me get to doing that real quick. So a quick tip also, you just got to take out the screws, this shroud or this plastic trim, take out the screws, and then this comes out. It comes out, and what I just noticed, it does have a taper to it. So we've got a taper to this piece here. So keep that in mind when you're going to reinstall it. Well, didn't feel like anything got hit that wasn't supposed to. Now that I think about it, it probably would have been better to put the hole right here where it's thicker. But oh well, we'll figure it out. All right, let's see if it connects. Hopefully it does. Hopefully there's nothing crazy going on. I just took a zip tie. I hear it. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Nice. There's the zip tie. First try. Look at that. Beautiful. So I'm just gonna take my wires. I'm gonna tie it to that zip tie and then pull it back out and see if that works. That hole's a little small. If I gotta make the hole bigger, I will, but let's see if I can get this done. All right, got the wires through. That's gonna work perfectly. So now I'm just gonna tap into this positive right here, tap into the negative, and we should have power to the fan, the new fan. All right, so here's what we got. So all I did was I took the wires that are going from the LED light, I snipped them. After snipping them, I just put them in this connector and left it out. This white wire here, snipped that one, put it in the connector, left it out. I could have snipped up here, but this is a heavier gauge wire, and that made me nervous. So now that I've got those connected, I added the female end to my wire that I ran through, and all I've got to do is plug it in. That's it. And now we've got 12 volt over here. All right, let's open up this one real quick. There it is. first thing we're gonna do is take off this screen. We don't need this. Make sure this is out of the way. Actually, it doesn't look like it's gonna get out of the way. That kind of sucks. The screen pops off. It's very difficult though. You think you're gonna break it, but you won't. There we go. Screen's coming off. Get this over here. All right, so now that that's off, that's good. Let's go. This is what comes in the box. Some instructions. All right, so we'll take all this inside. But this is what it comes like. Pretty simple. All right, so first thing you want to do is test fit it. The one in the back that I did, the gears didn't line up right. These gears did not line up right, so I had to take these two things off in order to adjust the gears. I had to take these two things off, disconnect this, and move it. But let's see, hopefully this one just lines right up. I guess we'll see. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. All right, so it's gonna go in something like that. So you're putting that hole for the gears back there, where that hole's gonna be, or where that gear itself goes. Let's line it up and see if it goes. Oh man. I can't tell. Let me move this stuff out of the way. All right, let's see. Oh, it looks pretty. Nope, it's not gonna line up. Okay. So as you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but see how it's not perfectly lining up. Look at that, it's so close, but it's not gonna line up. And I've got it all the way touching over here. See that? That's where the gear's at. It's not gonna line up. So we need to move this. So let me show you how to do that real quick. So first thing we're gonna do, look at this mess I'm making. We're gonna take this off, hold it on there. I'm gonna have to put this down. Put this down. It just screws out real quick. Save the screw. And then pull the top off. Pull this thing off. Now you're gonna take those two screws out. So I'll go ahead and remove those. Be careful with it. You don't want anything too high powered. Really, I should be using a screwdriver, but that little thing doesn't have much power. Okay, so now those are loose. We'll flip this over. Those will fall out. Hopefully I don't lose them. There they are. Move this here. And then I'm gonna take these two off. These are a little bit tight. These are super easy to strip too, so be careful. Okay, so now that that's off, I'm gonna swing it out of the way. Don't lose any screws. So now this whole piece is loose now. So I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna push this right there in that big hole. Take it out. See, it kind of has that, and stick it through the big hole, or the other hole there, the other option. Just like that. Put it in place. And now we can put this back right where it was. Make sure it falls in. It's got a little notch that this will click into before you screw it down. And again, should be using a screwdriver. Don't strip. So I'm just gonna save a little bit of time, and then I'll hit it with the screwdriver right afterwards. Make sure these are kind of tight. There we go. We don't want to strip this stuff though. All right, so those are in. Just gonna hold it for now. Let's flip it back over. And now we're gonna put these two in. These are going in these new holes, the V holes, for me anyway. Your fan might have fit no problem on the first try. Mine did not, obviously, as we saw. Stick that in there. and then tighten these up. And in tightening these, it will start to center this piece here, which is good. Again, you don't want it super tight, you just want it snug. There we go. It's starting to stop right there, so I'll hit this one more time. That one's got a couple more turns in it. Okay, I like that. Looks good. It's tight now. Let me hit it one more time. This one's good. This one. All right, now we're gonna put this back on. It's a little bit tight, you gotta push it down. Okay, and then this. It's all easier to do on the ground instead of above your head. Oh, let me hold that. So I'm gonna hold it with my fingers and I'm gonna tighten it with, I'm gonna do the final tightening with the screwdriver while I'm holding it with my fingers so it doesn't spin. That feels good now. So now this is working as it should. So now it should fit on this piece. So now what we have to do, go ahead and grab, I'm gonna put this down again. Put my phone down here. All right, so now what we wanna do is grab, I don't know what these blue things are. I have no clue what all this little stuff is, but grab this one, okay? This is gonna be what goes inside that gear. It's tapered, so make sure you put the small side towards you. Go like that. And install it right in place. And give it a good squeeze. It's almost, it won't go perfectly flush with the metal, but just in case, I'm just gonna tap it a little bit. Just be careful with it because it can crack. That way I know it's nice and tight. It is plastic, so be careful. Okay, that's, now it's almost flush. Not quite, but you don't want it flush. It's not supposed to go flush all the way. Okay, so that should fit now. So now what we're gonna do, we have these two screws here. Keep these handy. These two screws are going to go here and here to hold the plastic fan up so you're not sitting there holding it the whole time. They're gonna go right here and then right here. So keep those handy. Also, this one is going to go in here and it's going to screw through this. So keep these things handy before you start to lift it. That being said, I still have to add some connectors to these wires. So let me do that real quick. I also got to add connectors to the fan itself. Let me knock that out real quick. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but are you recording? Mm-hmm. But you have to turn. If you got to turn this a little bit, can you shine it right there? Or get that right there. Turn this a little bit so that it falls into place. Right there. Okay, so we're gonna wait to put that one on because I don't want the gears to break. I'm gonna make this be the first thing I put on. Can you give me a screwdriver, please? All right, we're gonna stick it right through this hole. Can you get that right there? Mm-hmm. Okay, got nice and tight. So now we'll stick this one in. I'll kind of push this a little bit, make sure that's gonna go in there. All right, so now that's kind of tight. I've got those two screws in. I've got this one lined up where I want it. I got this wire kind of out of the way so that the trim doesn't hit it. Got this all out of the way. It should be fine. So before I cover anything, I'm gonna do a test run. These are not tight right now. They're just barely touching. I'm gonna make sure this fan make sure everything works first. Accidentally had it on already. So it works. Nice, it works. Everything's working. So now that we got the tests out okay, I'm gonna put that nut on. That's this one here. Go ahead and get that in there. That way nothing comes loose. This one you can tighten it down a little bit. They give you an Allen wrench, so I'm not sure how tight they expect you to go with it, but I wouldn't go crazy. It's plastic as well. I'm just gonna hold this. I'm gonna hold this one while I'm tightening this one because it wants to move. I'm just gonna give it a little something. Nothing crazy. I like that, no more than that. Make sure it works. Yep, it works. Nice. That's gonna work then. And then we get this. So it's not too quiet, not too loud. I mean, that's on high. That's high in. Pretty good. Let's go ahead and get the trim back on now. All right, get this trim installed. Make sure it's not gonna hit the wires too bad. I guess we'll find out. Nope, no problem. No problem. It's not gonna give us any issues. So let me get that installed real quick. All right, that's installed now. The trim's back on. It's ready to go. Just gotta throw the screen on it. So now I'm gonna stuff these and then screw this closed. Got that one going over the bed. Gotta clean up this mess. And then we got the one back here. That one I could have wired or routed those wires a little better. That's on high in. Lights still work. Nice.